State your name for the record.
My name is Shane Black.
Shane Black. All right, Shane, thank you for joining us, bro. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, college student, I'm employed, 2 jobs, and aspiring filmographer.
Okay, filmographer, videographer.
Videographer, cinematographer.
Okay, all right, man. That's good, man. I'm glad to see the young black brothers, doing something for themselves in life, young men. What about your family? Tell me a little bit about your family.
Now, my family, I have a brother. He's an aspiring chef. He works for the government. My mother, she's retired, and my father's retired.
Okay. What did your father used to do?
Retired police officer.
And your mom?
She worked for the airline.
Why don't you give us a detailed account about how they got started?
Okay. Heading out my place on my block. I'm hungry, so after a hard day at work, I want to go get something to eat. So I'm headed out, and when I reach the end of my block, they flash. They're coming across the street, and they flash the high beam.
They as in who?
As in the police.
Okay.
Flashed the high beam into my car just to see who was inside as they passed. And as they did that, it kind of blinded me. So it was dark. I didn't think nothing of it. So
what time was that?
This was around 6:30. 6:30.
Okay.
So when the car passed, I thought nothing of it. I wait for traffic to clear, and then I got in the lane. I turned in the lane. So I ended up being right behind them at the light. Now, where I was going to get something to eat was literally around the corner from where I stayed. I made a right, and they continued going up the street. Now, they probably thought I was gonna continue driving behind them. But no, I made a right, and I went to go get something to eat. So when I made that right, I'm driving down the street, I see the restaurant I wanna go eat at. I look in my rearview mirror, and they light me up.
So you were on the way to get something to eat around 6:30 in the evening. The police lit you up, and did you feel like that you had did something to get the lights put on you or get pulled over?
No, not at all. I followed all the rules and regulations of the road. I signaled to get over in the right-hand lane because I had to make a right. And then when I'm driving down the street of the street I was on, it was literally a straight shot across the street and then turn right into the restaurant.
Okay, so now you're pulled over on the side of the road. You got the lights behind you. Obviously, you are feeling nervous because you've been wondering why the police officer had pulled you over. So why don't you tell me what happened after you pulled over to the side of the road?
Well, a grip of things was running through my head. I knew I didn't do anything wrong. I felt everything was just in my mind. My registration, everything else was up to date. So I'm just, in my mind thinking, why am I being pulled over? For no specific reason.
Did the officer come to the car? Did he seem hostile? Or did he seem like he was nervous or he was sure about what he pulled you over? Or did you ask him?
Well, when he walked to the car, I noticed 2 of them. One on my driver's side, one on my passenger side.
Okay.
So I cracked the window and I was talking to the driver on the driver's side. I was talking to him on the driver's side. But his partner was looking through with his flashlight on the passenger side and asking me questions at the same time. So I'm answering both questions as accurate as I can while they're trying to get me to slip up.
Okay, so did you feel like the questions that they were asking you were confusing?
No, I just felt like the questions that they were asking me was enough to get me to slip up.
Okay. All right, so now after the officer at your driver's side window approached the window and started asking questions, what specifically did he ask you, and how did you respond to those questions?
The first thing he asked me was, "Are you on parole or probation?" I looked at the officer and said, "No." And then he said, "Can I see your driver's license?" Now, his partner had the light on me the whole time. As I'm digging and reaching for my license, he feels frustrated from what I could sense and asks me to get out the car.
Okay, so you're reaching for did you warn the officer to say, "Hey, I'm getting ready to reach down and get my wallet, don't shoot me"?
Yeah, I let him know I'm going for my wallet.
Okay.
I'm going for my wallet. And he had a clear eyes view on me going for my wallet. He probably felt frustrated because I didn't reach for it fast enough.
Okay.
So when that happened, he ordered me to get out of the car.
Okay, did he ask, so he ordered you to get out of the car, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, and then at that point, did you ask him why? Like, "Mr. Officer, why are you asking me to get out of the car?" Or how did that conversation go?
That conversation, he was like, "Can you get out your car?" Got out of the car, I asked him why, no response. The no response kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I thought, are you following protocol as a police officer? And his partner just stood there and let him do his thing.
Okay, so it was two of them. You're outside of the car now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so how are you feeling at this point? You're outside of the car. You still feeling safe, or?
Well, he pulled me out of my element. I had no reason to get pulled out of my car, so now I'm feeling like nervous and scared for myself, my well-being, my family. Like, all I was doing was going to get something to eat. I followed all rules and directions of the road, and they made a U-turn to come back and stop me for a reason they didn't even give me. Not even probable cause.
All right, so now, what did they do next? After they pulled you out of the car, they wouldn't give you a reason why they pulled you out of the car. It still seems like at this point, haven't gotten your license. So, what did they do next?
Well, they searched me without a reason. They searched me, my body. They put everything on top of my car. And then his partner and him talked for a second and said, "Come with me, you're going to sit in the back of the car." I said, "Am I under arrest?" No answer. And then I asked him again, "Am I under arrest?" He said, "No." So I said, "Why am I going to sit in the back of the car if I'm not under arrest and you guys are looking through my car?"
Okay. And you're in the back of the car. And you knowing that's a violation of your rights, because at this point it seems like the officer is just trying to try to figure out something that's going on with you. He doesn't have your license. You get pulled out of the car, you searched. Did he ever read you your rights?
No, and that's a good question. He did not read me my rights. He was digging for my license in my wallet, and I'm guessing he found it because he came back to the car while I'm sitting in the back of the car. He's running it on his laptop, and he's not talking to me. But while he's doing that, I'm watching the other officer go into my car on my driver's side door.
Okay, and what did you see?
From what I saw, he came back and he placed something in his pocket. Now, I don't know if he was putting something in there or taking something out, which caused me to believe something was going on with my car. My tags are up to date. My license is up to date. And when I questioned the officer, "Why'd you pull me over?" he said, "Because your car comes back to this city, to another city."
Okay, what does that mean? Did he give an explanation
He did
of what
not.
that mean?
Yeah, he did not give me an explanation of what it meant. So I'm sitting there guessing like, I'm not on parole. I'm not on probation. I've never been arrested. I had on my college hoodie, stating, I'm a college student. I told him I'm a college student, and I was just going to get something to eat. So I was unlawfully pulled out of my car, put in the back of another car, and my car searched for no reason.
All right, so tell us what happened after the car got searched. The search, how long do you think that the search took, if you was to put a time frame on it?
About 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. And the officers, did they find anything? Did they confiscate any drugs, guns, or anything like that?
They didn't find anything. They didn't find anything. I didn't have anything. I'm not that type of individual.
Okay. And so after they didn't find anything, what happened after that? Did they come and tell you, give you some information or what?
After they didn't find anything, they came back and told me to stay safe and be careful and have a good night.
Did you get the officers' names?
No, I didn't get the officers' names, but I did get the officers' unit number.
Okay. And what city are these officers a part of?
The city is LA.
Los Angeles County?
Yes.
Okay. And then where did you get pulled over?
In Compton.
In Compton. Okay. Is Compton a city known for police harassment?
Yes. Oh, going all the way back to the 60s. So if you know your history, then you know about, what's going on in that time.
So in your experience with law enforcement, is this the normal thing that happens to you?
No. I'm pretty much focused, determined, law-abiding citizen who has never been arrested, never gotten a ticket, and go about my business, work, and school.
So what do you think that, in hindsight, at this point, what do you think that you could have done differently to make the police stop, have a different ending?
Well, I did everything the right way. If you ask me, I followed every rule of the road. I followed all of the instructions. So I didn't feel like going through my property was warranted without a warrant or me being under arrest.
First of all, I have to say that we're extremely sorry that you had to go through that experience. We already have enough problem in urban areas with police brutality, and I don't believe every police is bad, but it's just sad that we have those that have different agendas and they're looking to jail or deter some of our young black men's lives. If you had something that you would say to young black men that may for the first time experience this type of police brutality or harassment, let's say harassment, we don't say brutality because luckily you walked away with your life and you wasn't harmed. But that's in these days, that's few and far between. So what kind of message would you give for young black men if they ever encounter something like this?
I'm glad you asked me that question, because I do work with the youth. I do work at a school, and I try to tell the students I work with to, stay focused, stay positive, work hard. Everybody here is not out to get you. You have a goal, you have a dream, you follow it, you fulfill it. And there's gonna be people out here that's gonna try to put you down and try to stop you, but you have to, stay focused on, what you wanna do with your life. And if you see some negativity coming your way, or people trying to put negative things in your way, to find a way out and basically stay focused on your path.
So where do you work with you?
I work at an elementary school in Inglewood.
Okay. Well, we hope to get back with you in a couple of weeks to find out how you're handling the experience. Do you plan to put some further action in motion against the police officers and trying to find out who they are and have them reprimanded?
I filed a complaint. And I just wanted, the police to know I'm not against the police. It's just certain, officers that don't do their due diligence or have enough, I'm trying to find the word, but basically have that, I'm not gonna say integrity because that's what they were supposed to be trained to do, but some people follow that line and other people kind of sway through that line. And, coming from that background, I already know how hard it is to have, family involved in law enforcement. I just pray that, no senseless act comes of this and then you hear about it on the news again, because you don't know how close it hit home until it happens to you, and people pour it out and they feel sad because they knew, I'm not that type of dude. I go to work, I go to school, I get good grades. So why stop me for no reason? They didn't even have a reason.
We want to congratulate you on being a model student. And we hope to get you back on the show really soon so we can talk about what you're doing, in the future and what came of your complaint. I'm pretty sure that wherever you complain, they're going to send you a response. And we hope that people can see this and understand that it happens to regular people too. People that don't always have to be a gangbanger or a killer or somebody that's uneducated. It happens to us every day. All right. Thanks, Shane, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.